What is up, you crazy cobras? How y'all doing? This fine evening. How you cool cobras doing this fine evening? Oh, man. So, get some people in chat. What's up, Carla? How you doing? Hell yeah. Yeah, Carla, that's crazy. I mean, if Outlaw really sincerely did put a Cobra Craft Wands t-shirt in his movie, fucking awesome, bro. Thank you. If it's photoshopped and it's just a troll, yeah, it is what it is. But so I just got back from seeing Fantastic Beasts, the new movie, and it is fucking awesome. The special effects were brilliantly done. They picked amazing actors and actresses to play the roles. I mean, the special effects for that movie were pretty freaking sweet. I went and saw Fantastic Beasts with my family, and then we went to Texas Roadhouse, and that was delicious. Oh, there are lots of cool things in that movie. Lots of Model Ts, and a scene where a very, 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 very young Dumbledore was standing on a clock tower next to the other main character, yeah. So, hello, Melissa. How you doing? Before one considers dating, one should consider making that money, man. Getting things like saving up for a car and that sort of thing. Yeah. I did mention in my last Facebook Live, or last two, that I was going to try to get my driver's license this spring, study for that. So that way I can get it, and when I get it, I can save up for a car. I've seen some pretty nicely restored Model Ts go for like $2,000-$3,000 because they're almost, some of those cars are almost like 100 years old. Like legitly. And they're fairly simple to work on. Not very practical for winter driving, but yeah. You got your throttle on the steering wheel and your advance on the steering wheel. Yeah. I know. I'll probably have a Model T if I had my dream house. Just something to putz around that property on for shits and giggles, right? But if I wanted a classic car for my first car, I'd probably get something a bit more modern. Yeah. Like a 77 Lincoln. Oof. Sexy. Gas guzzling goodness. You get like $2,000-$3,000 saved up once I've got my driver's license. And all of a sudden I see a car that I like. Funny how things work out like that. Because I've noticed every time I've seen a car that I could actually afford, I didn't have my driver's license, so I couldn't get it. Kind of pointless. But yo, if you ever get a chance to see the new Fantastic Beasts movie, I would highly recommend it. Special effects are pretty sweet. That's funny. Chris Hubble says, any redneck cowboys tried to start trouble with you at Texas Roadhouse because you're a goth? Fuck no. Nah. People there are super polite. Nobody fucked with me. You know, which is smart and good, because you don't want to mess with somebody who knows real black magic. Speaking of Texas Roadhouse, when I was eating dinner, I made one of my french fries move with my mind, and it sat there and moved on the plate, and I was like, yes, very good. Very, very good. Oh, man. I don't give a shit if you're a cowboy. I don't give a shit what you are. That's your life, dude. I live my life the way I live it. You live your life the way you live it. Life's too short to be a petty asshole. Although if I went drinking at the Beacon, I'd probably stick out like a sore thumb, I tell you what. They'd be like, hey, Cletus, yeah, get a load of that. That's one of them goth emo types that my nephew was talking about. What sex is it? I'm afraid to ask. It looks like it might get offended. No, I'm bullshitting. No, I identify as a straight male. Like that fucking matters. People could say they're a fucking Charizard these days. Oh, I triggered a couple people in the chat. Whoa. He's making binary gender jokes, this guy. No, but I've seen people on YouTube who have said it's a violent crime if you misidentify somebody. Like, how is it a violent crime when no violence was used? Or was it verbal assault? Well, let me tell you something about verbal assault. I get it almost every day on YouTube and Facebook. Well, not really Facebook, but YouTube. Go to my fucking subreddit page and you'll see for yourself what real verbal abuse is like. So you want to cry because someone misidentified your gender. Boo-hoo. I get picked on for being autistic. What's your point? I'm not complaining because I see a lot of people getting bullied on social media, to be honest, and it ain't right. It ain't right. I think if we could eliminate bullying in schools completely, and if the only place you had to deal with it was on social media, it would make it a lot easier for kids. I'm just saying, you know. There are some kids that just avoid social media completely because of how negative it is, or how negative it can be. Yeah. It would be kind of cool to build my own Model T C cab rat rod kit car. That'd be sick as fuck. But also very expensive. I'm better off buying a classic car here in town, to be honest. That'd make things a lot easier. That way I wouldn't have to travel very far to get it. One of my fans gave me a whole pack of menthols. Appreciate that. he wishes to remain anonymous because of my trolls, which I understand that. I mean, like, I asked him if he had a cigarette, and he's like, here, just take the whole pack. And I'm like, cool. I don't ask people to do those things for me. They just do. Cobra, do people know about your dark arts? No, but I chose not to drink any beer when I was at dinner. I was content with the Coca-Cola. If I can scrounge up like $3-4, I can walk down to the liquor store and buy cheap vodka and mix it with some soda. I'd be content with that. I'm sure they would, Don Picton, and I'd appreciate that. But I'm not going to ask my fans for money for a car. You know, that's just... Nah, dude. I appreciate the incentive, but... working my Asperger's off and selling wands and saving up for it, you know. That would be something. That would stick it to these haters, all puns aside. Like, legit, how'd he get that car? Oh, dude, he made several batches of wands for like several months. And he got that car. Oh, dude, no way. Yeah, dude. Well, you can get a very tiny thing of vodka like that for like $4 or $5. It's not too shabby. And vodka's a bit stronger than beer. Of course, I had my pheromone soap on. Walked by a couple of the waitresses and they'd be like, damn, that man smells sexy. Telling you, dudes, you gotta step your game up. I gives no shits how much money that soap costs. After wearing it for a couple of months and having members of the opposite sex respond positively to it, I'm like, yeah. Bond tactical pheromone soap? Yeah, buddy. I'm just saying, I have Asperger's, so I'm already socially awkward. That gives me an even advantage, I guess. Yeah. I don't let my disorder stop me from dating. It's just shitty circumstances sometimes. Yeah. Most chicks reject me because they don't know what they're missing. But, yeah. Josh, would you go on a road trip to Canada if you had the car? Possibly, yeah. I got a lot of fans in Canada, so, yeah. Because if I won the lottery next year and built my dream house, I get all my shit moved into my dream house, get it all set up, nice and comfortable, chill in it for a couple of weeks, and then go on a fucking road trip and show off my car on hot rod shows during the summertime. You already know. course, if I won the fucking lottery, then I could just pay someone to design a hot rod for me and what I'm looking for and shit, you know. And, yeah, it'd be sick as fuck. Yes, indeed. Canada just legalized pot recently, which is good. Wyoming wastes $9.15 million a year in taxpayers' money just to combat cannabis and the so-called zero tolerance. When I've seen meth as a much bigger problem in this community than weed is, to be honest. It's pretty sad when Casper is known to be a meth town and having, you know, problems with that nasty shit. And it just, ugh, dude. If you're not from Casper, then you don't know. That's the thing of it, is that shit's cheap. And people get bored out here because there's not a whole lot to do. So you find something to do that doesn't completely change your personality, man. You know, you want to smoke some reefer, eat some shrooms, as long as you're not out causing mayhem and ruckus, who gives a shit? If you're using just natural, organic drugs that come from Mother Earth, that are nature made, and if you're responsible with them, then who the fuck cares, right? Fuck hard drugs, dude. Seriously. If I want to get my rocks off, I'll smoke some pipe tobacco and drink a Monster. And the government loves money. They could be making money, so much money off of marijuana. It's not even funny. Like, seriously, the United States government could make so much fucking money off of marijuana being completely legal and decriminalized. It's not even funny. We're talking pockets full, man. Like, you think the little bribes that Big Pharma gives you to keep it illegal. Nah, dude. Fuck those bribes. Because the money you'd make off of cannabis would be even more. You put a lot of nasty drug companies out of business. Now, case in point, people are like, oh, that tobacco, it's bad for you. Right. So what do they offer? Products like Chantix. Oh, joy. 1 second. Chantix commercial.
Here is a matching video.
Thank you, Google. Let's play this because this ought to be good.
I'm Ray, and I quit smoking with Chantix. In the movies, a lot of times I tend to play the tough guy. But I wasn't tough enough to quit on my own. Not until I tried Chantix.
Chantix, along with support, helps you quit smoking.
It reduced my urge to smoke to the point that I could stop.
When you try to quit smoking, with or without Chantix, you may have nicotine withdrawal symptoms. Some people have changes in behavior or thinking, aggression, hostility, agitation, depressed mood, or suicidal thoughts or actions with Chantix. Serious side effects may include seizures, new or worse harder blood vessel problems, sleepwalking, or allergic and skin reactions, which can be life-threatening. Stop Chantix and get help right away if you have any of these. Tell your healthcare provider if you've had depression or other mental health problems. Decrease alcohol use while taking Chantix. Use caution when driving or operating machinery. The most common side effect is nausea.
My favorite role so far, being a non-smoker.
Wow. Holy shit. Did you hear the fucking side effects for Chantix? Side effects may include seizures, nausea, thoughts of suicide, irritability while quitting Chantix. Why the fuck would you want... Okay, if you want to quit smoking cigarettes, you either smoke a tobacco pipe or go cold turkey. That's the way you do it. Fuck vapor pens. I haven't quit smoking, obviously, but sometimes pipe tobacco is so much cheaper. Holy shit, dude. This is fucking ridiculous. I'm just saying, like, goddamn, dude. Now, if marijuana were legal, people could quit smoking cigarettes and smoke weed instead, which, as it turns out, cures cancer, reverses lung damage. You talk to any of the cops in this town who've had to deal with a meth bust, people being all twacked out and stupid. Ugh, dude. They don't want to have to deal with that shit. But I'd much rather see marijuana be legal in this state and have all the meth cleaned out of this state. That's what I'd like to see. Quite frankly, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of hard drugs impacting the community around me. It ain't right. A legalization would be nice, especially when the oil dries out. Then Wyoming's economy starts sucking again. Wyoming already relies on natural resources like coal, oil, salt, and minerals to make money. And cannabis and hemp are natural or organic. They start off as a tiny little seed, you plant it in the ground, and it grows. Was autism a side effect? Ha 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 ha. No. No, 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 no. No. No, it wasn't. Smart asses. Yeah. Well, that's the thing about Dana Smith is you really can't tell with Wyoming. Sometimes we get a massive oil boom and the economy does good for a couple of years, and then it dries up, and then we wait for another oil boom, and then it dries. You know what I'm saying? And it's all fine and dandy when the oil is coming and going, but then when it's completely gone, then what? You know, people move out of the state because there's no money in it. And when people move out of the states, the economy suffers because of it. So not only is marijuana a natural resource, but it's also one that can make you a lot of money. I mean, you got to think, people from Wyoming who are 21 or older can legally drive down to Colorado, purchase recreational weed, and then go to a park somewhere and just smoke. As long as they're not near a dispensary or near a school, they don't give a shit. And that's money that could be going in Wyoming's back pocket, but instead it's making Colorado even richer. I'm just saying, lassos used to be made out of hemp, Wyoming. Call yourself the cowboy state? Well, golly gee willikers, did you know that lassos used to be made from hemp? Huh. Yeah. So if they were using hemp to make lassos back in the day, it's something to consider. You know. So it'd be nice if they could just legalize it all over the world, and then there'd be less fucking problems. Well, it'll put a lot of places on the map, to be honest. But, exactly my point. Mason says, I put hemp seeds in my protein shakes. Exactly my point. You can get hemp seeds from the vegan health stores around town and put them in your protein shake, and it boosts your immune system by like 10,000%. Oh yeah, you can make houses out of hemp, and you can also make hemp into edibles, which don't get you high. Different kind of edible. But hemp edibles are basically, yeah, like putting in your protein shake and that shit like that, yeah. I mean, I'm serious. Like, the government could make so much fucking money off of weed, it's not even funny. The United States of America would be a fucking powerhouse with the kind of money that marijuana could make. I'm serious, dude. All the other countries around Canada and the United States and Mexico would be like, maybe we should get on board with this, because those three countries are making a lot of money off of this. And that's all it takes is, you know what I'm saying? That's all it takes, man. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll catch you all later.